So this paper is reporting against the first quarter performance against the 11-12 annual plan. I'm happy to take any questions.
So this is 1 July to 31 September.
Yes.
It's all green.
Sorry?
It's all green. Green for growth. And blue.
Wrong report.
Blue.
Well, as Ms. Trush said, are there any questions? We can go page by page, or I'm happy to take questions as you might have them. I think it's actually pretty good reading on the whole myself, especially considering the troubled times that we're in, and I make note of the troubled times because they are. Show me the money, I think, is the catchphrase at the moment. Mr. Manhenna, do you want to add any meat to the bone?
No. Save mine for the financial one.
Just one there, Rick.
Yes, Councillor Minchip.
11/15, page 14 to 41.
11/15.
Just to do with visitor numbers, etc. We've talked at length about people are still coming here, but they're staying in people's homes and batch care, all those sort of things. Is there any way we can encourage figures from somewhere so that we can get some figures to show that actually the visitor numbers might be where they've always sat, but they're staying in different types of accommodation? Can we encourage the public to be part of our marketing, so we've got a better, more measurable number? For example, we had probably 25,000 people here on the weekend for Cycle Challenge, and who knows how busy the motels were, but probably there's that many houses booked out. It's ridiculous. To involve somehow to try to get the real number. We just don't have. Other districts are facing the same issue, that it's so hard to measure the numbers.
I'm probably not the right person to talk to. Scott Pearson, who looks at that, probably is, but it's something we could definitely talk to him about.
And certainly this is one of the issues that DGLT has. I mean, this is the information that we have contained in this report with regard to visitor numbers have come from DGLT and what they collect. They are trying to obviously get a good feel for what our numbers actually are, particularly over those types of weekends. It is very hard information to get, but that's also why we're looking at kind of some of the economic data rather than necessarily specifically those accommodation numbers, to look more to what the overall spend is.
I'm going to add in, like for example, this year was a unique year for Cycle Challenge election and things like that, but otherwise a lot of our events, the numbers are increasing, a lot of our events, so that sort of can be reflected that you're assuming they're staying somewhere. So if the event numbers are on the rise, that's sort of a reflection, rather than just the spend as well, because
And certainly some of the events themselves had their own special research to try and determine what the numbers are, because they're having to justify and help plan for their what they do in the future as well.
And it's really, I think Nick Reeder, our new events manager, is doing a lot of work at the moment, and I think it's very, very good work that he's doing, is identifying which events have the best bang for buck for the district and which events don't, because at the end of the day there's only 52 weeks in a year. We already hold 150 events per year in Taupo, so we're doing 3 a week of some size or magnitude, from a Ironman to a dog show, for argument's sake, just pluck that out of the air. But I think it's concentrating on quality rather than quantity, best bang for the buck, and there's a lot of work going on in the meantime. At the moment, I think with Nick Reeder's team on that issue, so I think that's what we've got to concentrate on. Councillor Johnson.
Probably through the chair to the Chief Executive, the biggest sort of not achieves are around public perception of how we operate. We've obviously been through the restructure, so there would be a change in the strategy for comms to try to address that. Because, I remember saying that a year ago we stood in front of the public as a candidate and tried to tell everyone what we knew, but really after a year we still don't know everything. But it's how we get out to the public that...
I think what you can see is the results of that last survey were actually increases from the previous survey 3 years prior to that.
Okay, so we're
tracking in the right direction.
Perfect.
Anything further? Personally, I think it's a reasonably good report myself. Nothing further? Then I would ask somebody to move the resolution on the first page, please. That the report for the first quarter be received. Councillor Truman, seconded Councillor Downard. All those in favour? Moving now to the district performance report. Mr. Ben Hennett.
Okay, the initial one is related to projects, and as we can see, they're all completed or on track. And then the first cut of the financials for the year to 30th September. Things are slow on the natural developments side of affairs, and we are still struggling as far as some of the regulatory income. The international share markets are pretty erratic. You can see that we've got an unrealised loss for the year of 821. Just interesting, as at today, that's down to 557, so it's improved over $250,000 since then. Tomorrow it'll probably go $250,000 the other way, but the state of the world share markets is such that that's a fluctuating amount, but as I say, it's an unrealised. We will crystallise gains and just sleep with the losses. And the rest of the financials are pretty much in line with budgets. Happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? This graph here showing employee expenses, was that budgeted before the restructure? On first page.
The budget was done with the restructure in mind, because it was adopted in June of this year, and in theory the restructuring was in place as at the 4th of April.
So you've still come in $500,000 under budget?
We're still 400,000 under.
400,
yes.
is it?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the graphs there. Oh, you're going to the figures, okay. I'm just reading off the graphs. Okay.
Might be a beer here.
All right, anything further? Nothing further, team? Okay, again, suggested resolution on the first page that the Taupo District Performance Report for October 2011 be received. Mover, please. Move Councillor Downard, second Councillor Kepper. All those in favour?